Hello, I'm presenting here a take on Vladimir Nabokov's Retrograde analysis, plus The Impossible Mate, courtesy of Agadmator's chess channel. Firstly, although it's now Black's move, White could have forced checkmate in 2 moves prior to his last move, either by 1, Queen to f6 check, King takes h6, Bishop c1 mate, because of course the pawn here is pinned. This pawn is covered by the knight and all other squares are covered. Or, just put this back, rook on 1 takes f7, check, king h8, forced, rook takes h7, mate. No doubt about that, is there? So, White could have checkmated in 2 moves, but he didn't. So that's back to the original position. Secondly, however, what he missed, in fact, was a checkmate in 1 move. And so, what did he do? And reverse it, and then deliver mate on the move. There are 2 clues here. White previously had 2-fold pressure on f7, and it's now 3-fold. 1, 2, 3. And 2, prior to White's last move, material was equal. As you can see, White is a pawn up. So, in this starting position, can you see White's previous move? It's not an easy one. But I've just given you those 2 clues. So, first of all, let's remove the pressure 3-fold back to 2-fold on f7, and let's even the material. So put the pawn on c6, back on d5, thus blocking the white bishop on c4, so there's no longer pressure from the white bishop on f7. And reverting to 2-fold pressure, of course, on f7, and replace the black pawn on c6. It must be a pawn there because all rooks and minor pieces are still on the board. 2 bishops, 2 knights, 2 rooks. This now meets the criteria for even material. We're back to 2 pawns, 2 pawns. So now, what did Black do on his last move in reply to White's last forcing move? Just take a look at that. Well, the clue is on the A1 to H8 diagonal. Can you see it? put this pawn back on e7 and repair the white bishop on b2 back to c1. And I think now we're getting somewhere. Can you see what is happening here? So white's move would be bishop b2 check. He can't play here, because if he did, white would simply take the pawn, and that is checkmate, because this pawn here is pinned by the rook, and the bishop is covered by the queen, the knight is covered by the queen, and all squares are covered. So that f6 move would be no good. So after bishop b2, the only move that black has is to play his e-pawn the full 2 squares on the first move, like so. And now we arrive back at the stage where we have gone retrograde. White now waits in one move. There was only one move, and again the clue is on the a1 to h8 diagonal. Congrats to those who saw it. It's DE en passant, or EP, thus unmasking the attack on the a1 h8 diagonal, covering the h8 square from the king. This pawn cannot interpose because it is pinned, and that is unquestionably checkmate in one move. An amazing sequence of events which I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and goodbye again for now.